Guys, this is getting to be a series. But the videos are too short to consider as episodes, right? Um, Again, I'm still thinking about fascist more than Marxist because you hear so much about fascist from the lefty loonies, okay? And what I have, and the more and more I thought about fascist, the more I remember hearing in school on history, world history in school, that you hear about fascist regimes. Okay, that is usually where I've always heard the word fascist. Okay, because I had to do a lot of remembering from school. And it's like a crossword puzzle, and I'm putting the pieces together, and another piece I find, I put into the puzzle, and then I find another piece, and I clip that one into place, and the more pieces to the puzzle I find, the more complete the picture becomes. And I'm remembering more and more what I learned in school, and I remember hearing about fascist regimes. Okay, I really don't remember hearing the word fascism anymore much. Yeah, the word fascism doesn't resonate with me because it's not the word fascism that I remember more. It's fascist. It's not fascist either. Fascist is usually never indicated by itself. Okay? It's always a fascist regime. That's the terminology. That's the two-worded phrase, or the two-worded whatever, that I remember the most in history class, okay? Fascist regime. Because basically, as I just now learned, okay, or relearned, as it were, okay, that fascism is when the government is bigger and more important than its people. Okay? And individuals on the street can't be fascist. It's like, and the guy on the street saying, but wait a minute, I'm no government. I don't feel important. I don't have any people under me. How can I be? If more people were educated, like I just became, about the word fascism and fascist, you know, then he could come back with, but wait a minute, I can't be a fascist. I'm not a fascist. I don't. I'm not. Oh, I'm not leader of government. Feeling like I'm bigger and more important than my people. I don't have any people. I don't have a government. So how can I be a fascist? So it really shows how very how how it is indicated day after day after day that these buzzwords that the lefty loonies are using, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. I just heard on the Tony Award, I think it was Tony Awards, or some crazy dumb thing, where this black woman is receiving her award, and she is married to a white guy, and they live in the state of Florida, and she deliberately calls Ron DeSantis the Grand Wizard, which brought out a huge roar of cheers and applause from the audience. And it's like, if Ron DeSantis really was Grand Wizard, you would especially not be alive. You especially wouldn't be living with a white guy. Okay? If Ron DeSantis really was the Grand Wizard of the KKK, you would not be married to a white guy. That's for damn sure. Okay, that's for damn sure, because Ron DeSantis would make sure that would not happen. That would not happen. So the very fact that you're married to a white guy and Ron DeSantis is allowing your marriage, that is proof that Ron DeSantis is not the KKK, Grand Wizard, or whatever. So she has no clue about history. She was never taught history, because if she was taught history in school like I was, I mean, she would never have uttered that statement. Never. So these words that are part of history, thank you, I'm trying to get the word here, that are sort of scooted over to an inbox. Hey, that's a great analogy, a great metaphor. I like that. Yeah, these words are from history. They're sort of removed from historical narrative and sort of scooted over into this inbox. And everybody on the left could just pick out words, and they have no meaning, they have no understanding of what these words are, and they just throw them out, having no idea. And that is the tragedy of today's educational system. They do not teach children today what they should be teaching. I mean, I don't know about ethics, but man, if only they would teach history the way it's supposed to be taught. Okay, and then they would know what I know. They would learn what I learned. But today's educational system, they don't do that. And that is the greatest tragedy of them all. And what we got are uneducated people who don't even know basic, simple facts. Like how many flags there are, how many states there are in the Union, countries and continents. Man, I learned about countries and well, not so much countries, but I learned about continents when I was in grammar school. 7 continents. 7. North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Australia, and Antarctica. Right? Have I left out in Africa? I left that one out. But you see what I'm saying? They didn't even know. They don't know. They're never taught this stuff. And that is such a humongous tragedy. This tragedy is so huge. It consumes millions universes. That's how big this tragedy is. That kids are not learning what they're supposed to learn. That the tragedy is as big as a million universes. That's how tragic it is. Okay, so thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you guys later. Take care. See you soon. Bye.